So I came across a LinkedIn post today by John Cutler, and he was asking a question. He said, wondering what comes to mind when you hear company that values continuous improvement versus company that values operational excellence. And my first thoughts were, well, these are both driving at efficiency, but from different angles. So continuous improvement is more about emphasizing learning, making mistakes. It's about experimentation and making gradual improvements towards efficiency. Whereas operational excellence comes at it from a different angle, where you're specifying the destination, the goal, and the high ideals. And I felt that, therefore, that it might carry a risk of fear and blame compared to the continuous improvement approach, even though both are really kind of aiming at the same sort of end destinations. And I would prefer the continuous improvement approach because because that defines a direction of travel rather than an end destination, and that allows you to discover all sorts of things on the journey that you wouldn't have had if you had that explicit goal, and it allows you to respond to complexity and to for emergent things to happen that weren't predicted. What I noticed, though, that was the thread as a whole contained lots of different views and opinions, and I think what this question actually sort of reveals is that these terms, continuous improvement and operational excellence, are actually quite vague and have lots of different interpretations and different meanings to people, and therefore when we use these terms, and we do use a lot of abstract terms and frameworks and methodologies in technology. So when we use these terms or we implement certain practices and principles around these ideas, we need to be really, really careful on defining what we actually mean by the things that we're saying. Because if we don't, then you just get confusion, misinterpretations, arguments, and conflict. So yeah, that's really my thought of the day. I think that it's so much in our world depends upon our definition of terms in the first place, and that's where we need to start before we begin down the road of trying to implement things. So there we go. Improvement versus excellence. For workshops, coaching, and other services to support software engineers and engineering managers in the tricky human aspects of their roles, please see my website at humancentricengineering.com.